Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Juneteenth. We're going to talk tonight about Juneteenth. We're going to talk about Regina Waldrop from NBC5. She stopped by today in Harvey. And I spoke with her. And what are my other agenda items? Oh, remind everybody about the Pride Party on Saturday from 3 to 5 p.m., which you can attend in person if you would like. Contact me if you want the information, or you can attend online. We'll be streaming. And then, per usual, because do we ever need an excuse? It's Ryan's Gay Chicago. We can do gay stuff all the time, but it's Pride Month, so we're going to make sure to cover some more gay stuff for Pride Month. We've listened to a few videos the past few nights. All right, so, and my mod, let's see. Let me remind Crook that we're live. Let me go find Crook. I'm live. Okay. And, oh, Lord. And, of course, the doggy wants to go outside. Okay, what did I say? Oh, we're going to start with Juneteenth. Oh, my goodness. Excuse me. Yeah, and if anyone wants to share, particularly if you are Black and you live in the U.S., that, share about, I was going to have people come on and share about what Juneteenth means to them. Okay. Let the puppy out. Let the puppy out. Okay. All right, so you guys want to say hello to Hubert too? Hold on, I'll show him to you in a second. There he is. He's like, let me out, please. Let me out. I have not been letting him hang outside too much today because we had some sudden rain and it was really messy out there. So actually, I'm going to let him stay outside and downstairs for a while. So what does Juneteenth mean? So Juneteenth celebrates the end of slavery in the United States, specifically commemorating the day when news of freedom reached enslaved people in Galveston, Texas on June 19, 1865. It's also known as Freedom Day or Emancipation Day. This event occurred 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation was issued. Juneteenth is celebrated annually on June 19th. It became a federal holiday in 2021. While the Emancipation Proclamation had declared enslaved people in Confederate states free in 1863, it was the arrival of Union soldiers in Galveston on June 19, 1865, that officially informed the enslaved population of their freedom. Juneteenth celebrations often involve a combination of remembrance, education, festivities, cookouts, parades, art shows, educational workshops, traditional foods like barbecue, and red-colored drinks such as hibiscus ginger tea, which is rooted in African traditions. Ooh, that sounds really good about right now. I would love some hibiscus ginger tea. And I went to one today in Harvey. Unfortunately, I read a little bit after I got there. It got rained out, but I at least wanted to stop by, so I did. So yeah, happy Juneteenth. And like I said, we may come back to that too. I invited a few people on to share what Juneteenth means to them. So we'll see if they respond. In the meantime, let me share with you guys a little bit about Ms. Waldrop from NBC5. She stopped by. And well, just one let me give me a second, and I can hopefully share a little video with you. Visits. Okay, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So what, yeah, did you all do anything interesting or anything special for Juneteenth? Feel free to share. You can put it in the chat. What was I doing? Oh, I was probably taking my gum out. I'm like, what am I doing in this video? And I forgot to turn it landscape. I did a portrait, but that's okay. That is stop. Okay, all right. Now you guys should be able to see, right? Yes. Okay. Hey guys, it's Ryan. I just want to let you know I've been at Ascension St. Susanna Church that the city of Harvey wants to demolish, and I've been interviewing with Regina Waldrop from NBC5 News. So I I think it'll be on tonight. So you can tune in, and we want this old church campus to be reused as housing, community center, art space, etc. No reason to demolish it, so help us save it. Hey guys, it's Ryan. Regina said it's not going to air tonight. I think it'll be like next week. So sorry about that. But that's beautiful Ascension St. Susanna Church at Myrtle and 153rd. That's where I was baptized. That's where my mother, all my aunts and uncles went to church and to school. That's where my grandparents were married. That's where my grandfather went to school and church. And he actually, my grandfather, oops, I was dropping crumbs. One of those days, I still really hadn't eaten much. He went to school when I believe the school was still in the old convent, which was just behind the church, just west of it. And then that was demolished, I think, in the 80s or 90s. Because they had built a new school building then in 1926. So it's not just the church. You actually have the beautiful church building, the school building, which is also, beautiful, spacious. And of course, they're all high quality brick buildings. You have the rectory and you have the convent as well. So huge church, huge part of Harvey history. A lot of people went through that church and that school. I remember my grandmother saying, especially at like Easter and Christmas, I mean, oh boy, they couldn't even fit the people. We couldn't even fit all the people inside the church that wanted to go, for midnight mass and stuff. So it's just sad. It's another thing that Mayor Clark is probably hoping to get money from, knocking down these beautiful brick buildings that, you probably would never, ever again see buildings built like that with that quality and with that much care and beauty. Even if you were in a town that had a lot of money, it's just a very rare thing to see, So again, we want to see buildings like this reused for housing, community center space, art space, art, live and work space. That's another way people often reuse church buildings. I know there's one project that one of the Harvey Historical Society members, she sent me, where in Kankakee, they converted one of their old buildings into like studio apartments for veterans. And I thought that was really cool. So there's always so many options. I always try to tell people, oh, there he is. Hey, Greg, I was wondering when you were going to show up. Oh, it's going to be warmer, I think, tomorrow. Oh, but I always tell people, unless you are a committed preservationist, don't look at an old building that's falling apart and say, you can't save that. No one's interested in it. You just don't know. There are a lot of things that you can do. And that's one of the things that there are a lot of things you can do to save and reuse the building. That's one of the things that I discussed with Regina. Well, remember, the greenest building is the building that already exists. Okay, that's the first thing. So if you want to save resources, save money, you want to, save the earth, save resources. In that case, you want to save and reuse buildings. Now, obviously, we do have some in Harvey that have totally burned up and are not going to be salvageable, and even for those, I get very sad. But we have a lot that can be saved. The humidity is high down here. Just got back from a walk. Yeah, exactly. That's why I let the dog outside, but it's still kind of wet. I'm like, ugh. I don't really want him wandering around too much outside today. I hope he doesn't get too muddy, but hopefully the ground finally dried out a little bit. Okay, give me 1 second now. Let me go back. Then, so after we talked a little bit in front of Ascension, and she asked me, like, why are you, why would you move back to the area? This white gay guy, why are you here? You stand out, you could live anywhere. And so we talked about that. It was good. It was a good interview. And most importantly, it's because I really want to see Harvey do better. I mean, I know it has a lot of potential. And yeah, I just, I really want to see, the city look better again, and we can have more opportunities like my family members talk about they had, when they were younger. I'm sorry, okay, let me refresh it. It's freezing up. Come on. Hurry it up. Hurry it up. Hurry it up. There we go. Okay. I set up this little Harvey shrine. Display for Regina Waldrop from NBC News. So we spoke about our efforts to reuse and save the old Ascension St. Susanna campus, to save it from demolition. The city of Harvey owns it and wants to demolish all of it, although they try to hide it and cover that up because they don't want people to know. And then afterwards, Regina came by and I showed her some Harvey looks and old photos here. I'll show you guys a little bit. The Applegate block. Let's see, this is one of the old, the Diamond block. This is one of the Harvey Tribunes from the big 1967 snowstorm. This is, I think, a 50s era yearbook, a Thorntonite from Thornton Township High School. This is the famous Harvey history book that we're trying to get an updated version of. This is the 1966 state basketball champs at Thornton. You can see you had before there were any sort of desegregation laws. You already had a very integrated student body at Thornton. Mm-hmm. This is a 70s Thorntonite book here. Okay. And then you have the lovely 1892 map. 1892 map. The pink shows the lots that are already purchased. That's Harvey. So watch for Regina's coverage. Should be I think coming out within a week or so, she said. So thank you again to Regina Waldrop for coming out today, and to her cameraman. I forget his name. He was very nice. He did introduce himself, and watch for us to hopefully be on the news soon. Bonjour, bonjour. All right. So that's from Regina. And I don't know. Let me see. Wait. Oh, I thought the photos would have. Shoot. Let me check. I guess the photos didn't upload. I did post them on Facebook, but basically, it just showed. I forgot to take any pictures of me speaking with the news crew, but anyway, it just shows the little Harvey shrine that I had set up. It was cute. All right, next on our agenda is Pride Party Saturday. Okay, so I'll show you guys. Actually, I can go to Facebook. I'll show you the invite that I created. So remember, even if you cannot come in person, that is fine. I'll also be streaming, so that people wherever you're at, you can feel like you're taking part. It's the only Pride celebration that I know of happening in Harvey, Markham, Riverdale, Dalton, the general area. The Southland, unfortunately, is not known for embracing LGBT folks. So that's what we're trying to work on, right? Because everyone deserves to be not just tolerated, but accepted and welcomed, regardless of the color of your skin or how you might speak, your accent, your age, your education level. So we want to make Harvey, and we want to make South End a place where everyone feels welcome. Okay. What was I looking for now? Oh yeah, the invitation. Thank you. That's what it was. Oh, what did you find, Crook? Fun fact out of Harvey, Illinois. Oh yeah, Lou Boudreau. Unfortunately, won't let me copy the link, but yeah, he was a famous baseball player and a baseball team owner who was from Harvey. Yeah, the Boudreaux. All right, so here's the flyer I made up. Rhindscape Chicago and Harvey Historical Society present Harvey Pride Celebration and Bingo this Saturday, June 21st, 3 to 5 p.m. So if you could please RSVP, just so we know how many people to expect, whether you intend on tuning in to the live or being here in person. You can contact me for the address and, all that information as far as where to go if you're coming in person. And we will have bingo hosted by, at least she you can bring a drink or a snack if you want, but it's optional. I'm just trying to do something very simple, very straightforward, nothing fancy. Just a time for people to get together and celebrate. But hopefully the bingo will be hosted by none other than Diana Love, who is another YouTuber from Harvey. Some of you may have played bingo with her, so she is supposed to come. Oh yes, her channel is called No Apologies Needed. And Crook, if you want to share her the link to her channel too, we'll give her a plug. That would be great. And yeah. Kirk says, "We all love D-Love." Yes. So I was grateful. I know she said she's been busy because she's been taking some classes, but she texted me back and she said she should be able to be there and host the bingo for us. So I'm excited about that. But don't worry, even if for some reason something came up and she couldn't, we're still going to do the virtual bingo. So you can play on your phone, either if you're actually here or from afar. So that'll be Saturday. I'm super excited. Then trying to think. Oh, then last thing on the agenda was just gay stuff. I did want to also mention though, let me see, I think that was my only Harvey event today. I spoke with Regina. Tomorrow, Homewood is having their Pride Fest, Homewood and Flossmoor, so I'm going to try to stop by that. So there was a Juneteenth celebration at Washington School today in West Harvey. So I stopped by, but like I said, shortly after I got there, it started like really storming bad. So people started to pack up. But they said before that, prior to that, they had a pretty good turnout. It's interesting. It's something that I want to cover again, and I've asked them if they wanted to come on the show, and I think they will eventually. It just has been a matter of them finding time. But I wanted to. Oh, thank you, Crook. Yes. So that's Diana's channel. No apologies. We were talking about. Oh, yes. So two of the people that helped to host the Juneteenth celebration. This is interesting because remember last night we watched the Harvey Library Board, the extremely dysfunctional meeting where they voted to pay a whole bunch of bills that we didn't see, we don't know anything about. We haven't seen any audits. They fired the IT person, which was horrible, and they held the meeting during the day at a time when two of the trustees weren't even able to be there, and they didn't let them phone in. Well, at the Harvey Park District Board, what we're told by two of the trustees there is that the McCaskills are doing the same thing that they are doing to Chappelle Hooks. Yeah, and in yesterday's meeting, Chappelle Hooks, one of the library board trustees, said, "Can we table all this stuff? Because I know you guys sent it to my email, but my library email is not working properly. So, can you table it?" And then the President McCaskill was like, basically, no, we're not going to do that. Which is extremely suspect, right? Like, why would they do that? And then she said, "Well, but someone has to help me, be able to use my official library email." And McCaskill just said, "Well, I don't know anything about that." Like, yeah, right. Well, two of our park district trustees are also being locked out of their email. And actually, it's funny because if I pull up the Harvey Park District right now, which I can do, let's take a look. Let's take a look-see on their website, huh? And by the way, they are supposed to have a meeting. I have never been to a Harvey Park District meeting. That is how the McCaskills, like, they really don't share much information about it at all. It's so hush hush. It's not good. All right, so here's the Harvey Park District. Oh, excuse me. A summer fun camp, $250 per child. Now, of course, my first question too when I see stuff like this is, if registered by March 31st, otherwise it's $300 per child, but is saying, okay, but let's first see where our tax money is going before you charge people. Oh, that's about COVID. Okay, I'm like, what is all that? So anyway, so they have not even updated the current board. So the president, Floyd was not reelected, which is probably a good thing in that he has tended just to do whatever the McCaskills tell him to do. Aaron, I believe, was reelected. Joyce Brown was. I think the daughter Amari is still on the board, if I'm not mistaken, because I believe Lakeisha, one of the ones who's being locked out of her Park District email, I think she took Floyd's spot. I think Aaron was reelected. Joyce, Amari, and Wayneman. So Wayneman and Lakeisha are being locked out of their emails by the McCaskills. And remember, Aaron and Amari are the son and daughter of Keisha and Anthony McCaskill. So it's just, there's a lot of nepotism there. I mean, they're pretty clear they want to control every board in Harvey. So it's, like I said, it's not a good idea, but that's what they want. You don't want to, that's a recipe. We already don't have enough accountability, but that's a recipe for disaster. But yeah, so that we're going to work more on that and figure out if we can get some people to share on that. And what was the other thing? Daughter. Oh, yes, on the library board. And I think I believe she's also still on the Park District board too. And Keisha, their mother, is employed at the library and at the Park District. So it's like, they're more concerned with taking our tax money than they are with helping out. Who did I want to invite on? There's someone that I was going to talk to. And I'm blanking. She's on both boards. Yeah, I think she is. I'm pretty certain she's on both boards. All right, let me take a look here. Oh, James Baldwin. He's definitely very well known. Love him. So following our theme, I mean, as it is, it's Ryan's Gay Chicago, but it's also Pride Month. So I wanted to just do a little bit more explanation of being Black and gay. Okay. So yeah, this is actually good. Let's listen to a little clip from.
When you were starting out as a writer, you were Black, impoverished, homosexual. You must have said to yourself, gee, how disadvantaged can I get?
Oh, no, I thought I hit the jackpot.
Oh, great.
It was so outrageous you could not go any further, so you had to find a way to use it.
He's a great guy. That's back when I feel like they still had decent shows on TV. You could actually watch, substantive, interesting interviews. Nowadays, we watched this. This is an excellent video done by ADP of all people. Isn't that random? The payroll people about intersectionality, being Black and gay in America. That was very good. Oh, Black and gay in the UK. Oh, coming out to my Nigerian mother. Oh boy. Oh, that's cute. Someone made a video on dating. Mm-hmm. Black, gay, and Christian, creating affirming spaces. Ooh, okay. Black queer romance is dead. That's interesting. I want to watch a little bit of that, but also there was... Oh, this one. I wanted to see how this one is.
What you want to do is save hundreds when Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
That's great, but can you ask your friend to stop digging into the green?
I can ask, but he's not going to. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
You have to surround yourself with people that are going to move you higher. As Oprah said, or somebody said. I was like 10. I was with my dad at his office. I was like on one of the intern's computers or something. And I'm thinking to my 10-year-old self, hey, I'm going to look up voice.com. I'm sure it's going to be full of fire trucks. It wasn't. That's when I first started feeling this attraction to it. My mom caught me a year or two after that, and she flipped out. I kind of saw how my mom reacted to how like other Black people would react, especially how I thought my dad would react. I thought I had my shit all hidden folder after folder after folder. And my brother happened to find some clips, and then he called it out in front of my mom.
Ah!
And I was mortified. And I mean, I guess the writing is on the damn wall at that point. I was just like, well, like, here I am. I'm gay. And do you have a problem with it? And if you do, I don't care.
When someone tells you you're something and you cancel it out, you don't listen. And you're like, nope, nope. And then there was a moment when I was 15, I was like, wait, am I gay? And my heart sunk because I knew what that meant. And
ADP.
it was hard,
yeah.
you know?
I get it.
Just to that feeling of being scared to just be yourself. No one should have to go through that.
My parents were super strict Catholics. I went through the whole, like, we called it religion class. Very traditional. And it was always talking about man and woman. And I'm just like, what? Huh? Who?
I was also a minority in terms of my religion that I grew up in. We were the only Black family in the church, you know, but the Mormon religion is so misunderstood because I can tell you without a shadow of a doubt that I've never once felt bullied or like I wasn't
really
seen.
The church that I grew up in was totally apolitical. You know, I didn't really feel that kind of homophobia that does happen in the Black church until my family switched churches while I was away. I'm there in the service and they're like, we're going to sign this petition after service and let them know that we don't accept this gay marriage, whatever. And I'm like, okay, no, stop. And my dad's like, Warren, why are you so upset? And I'm like, because I think I'm gay, Dad. And he just looks at me and he's like, well, I mean, you didn't have a girlfriend all of high school and that's stupid.
Masculinity in my home was expressed through sports. I started flipping off shit and I ended up getting into gymnastics because I wanted to be like Dominique Dawes, and my parents, you know, supported it. They still support my crazy dreams. I was a damn good athlete. People think because I'm feminine that I can't beat you in a track race, but I grew up very lucky family that focused on my talents and my skills and not what they didn't understand.
So far as like Black gay characters or Black female characters, like I didn't really see much of myself, especially like back then, like they were always so stereotypical. I will say though, when I saw Rent, Collins, Jesse L. Martin's character, who's like this out, proud, HIV positive gay man, it's the first kind of breaking up that stereotype. Like I kind of saw a little bit of myself there. And the fact that he was dating this awesome drag queen, like it was very cool. And that was kind of the first time I saw myself so completely in a character.
Kerry Washington, when she was falling into those roles where they wanted her to be that ghetto girl, and she killed it, and that inspired me to embrace my Blackness. Now she's doing Scandal, and that inspired me to know that I am powerful beyond belief. You can go from the streets of Brooklyn to the White House.
Growing up, I used to run home every day and watch Oprah. To this day, this woman has probably inspired so many Black people, white people, queer people, straight people, everybody. She really had that like voice of reason that I looked up to every day. The hardest part, at least for me, was figuring out how to be like confident in my Blackness and confident in my homosexuality. So often there's so much negativity from one of those to the other. I have learned to of your family.
I was like, Dad, this person said that I'm this, and I can't even tell my family that I'm gay. He said, the only thing that gets me mad is that you waited so long to tell me. I mean, I'm still emotional about it too, because we don't speak on it.
I wish that I could see ahead of time and see that it isn't gonna be that bad. The world is infinite. The possibilities are endless, and there are a billion different paths for you, bigger than you liking men or bigger than you having dark skin. Those two things are things to be so proud of.
The Black community has a don't ask, don't tell type policy. It's okay to speak on it. And when you do, you can have a beautiful relationship of love and support. Love in the Black community needs to be highlighted and expressed.
You're gonna go to school, you're gonna learn, and then you're gonna get a bomb-ass job, and you're gonna build your career, and you're gonna be fucking great. You can do it. Now go do it. Make us all proud.
That was good. That was good. That was a BuzzFeed video. Okay, let me see. Oh, this looks. Usually TED Talks are good. Obviously, remember, I know it's Pride Month, but you don't have to be Black. You don't have to be gay. You don't have to be a male or whatever. You know,
I have an itch in my throat that I cannot
not
scratch.
fitting in or being bullied. Right. So, like I said, it's a general thing where we want people to be accepted for who they are, and that's the kind of society we want to build. But I just wanted to share some of these videos because
I was a senior in high school and an active member of my church's youth group.
Because part of what, my work and my goal in the South Suburbs is, we had a comment. Should we tag? Oh, oh my lordy be. I'll just leave that one there. But yeah, we do have a lot of LGBT people, particularly of color, in the Southland, and the general attitude that I get a lot is, just sort of like the other gentleman had said, is just like, well, don't ask, don't tell. It's okay, maybe, if you're gay. It ranges from like it's okay to like, okay, you can be gay, but why do you have to talk about it? Like, if you really want to do all that, go up to the North Side. That's what that's for. And why should that be the case, right? We have there are LGBT people everywhere. So, just because we may not be as visible here, or maybe we're not known as, the Southland isn't necessarily known as a region for being particularly gay, friendly, but we are known for having a large Black population, and we are known for having a large Latino population, right? So how can we turn that around so that people are not just tolerated here, but they are embraced and loved and understood for who they are? So that's why one of the reasons why we're having this conversation. Yeah. How many of you can identify with that, even if you're not gay necessarily, but if you came from maybe a religious background, or just I guess any background where people were telling you basically you could continue to be a part of that community, right? Whether it was religious or maybe your religious community or your family, whatever, or you could be yourself, basically. Like, I definitely got those messages a lot. It was pretty clear. Sometimes it wasn't always said in those terms, but it was pretty clear, that you were not going to be supported if you were gay, or if you were, nerdy like I was, or if you were a male and into the arts and expressing your feelings. There's all these different things where sometimes we get these messages that you're not going to belong, and you're like, I'm not doing anything wrong, I'm just being myself. Because remember how many particularly people in the arts, how many people in the arts are in the LGBT community that you have seen, in churches and religious spaces, right? Where they're tolerated for doing the music or the decorating or whatever, but then other than that, we just won't talk about Bob, we just won't talk about Sarah, because that's really against the Bible and what Jesus wants. So that's what he's saying. The difference between being welcoming and affirming is that you allow the person to stay in the church, but it's like, oh boy, we would never allow the person to truly be themselves. And is that really the kind of God that people want to serve or to have a notion of? I don't like that concept of God, but there were many churches and many years where that was the idea of God that was sold to me. And unfortunately, I tried to fit into that world as well, and it was very harmful. I was going to say, now wait, where was this? Okay, so somewhere in Ohio, I'm guessing? That was really good. That was actually really good. But yeah, so what did you guys think? Hopefully you got something from that. Oh my goodness. Performative queerness among Black men. Oh, that was more than an hour that guy did a show on. Okay, wow. Being Black and gay in the 1960s, a matter of life and death. Oh, Lord. Oh, now that would be challenging. Oh, let's listen to Wanda Sykes.
It's harder being gay than it is being Black. It is, because there's some things that
Now this should be interesting, because I have been told by certain Black people that I should never compare the struggle of being gay with the struggle of being Black. But let's hear, excuse me, from Wanda's perspective.
there's some things that I had to do as gay that I didn't have to do as Black. I didn't have to come out Black.
There's a point there, right?
I didn't have to sit my parents down and tell them about my Blackness. I didn't have to sit them down. Mom, Dad, I gotta tell y'all something. I hope you still love me. I'm just gonna say it. Mom, Dad, I'm Black. What? What did she just say? Oh, Lord Jesus, she didn't say Black, Lord. Did she say Black? Mom, I'm Black. Oh, no, Lord Jesus, that's Black, Lord. Oh, that's Black, Lord. Anything but Black Jesus. Give her cancer, Lord. Give her cancer.
Oh!
Anything but Black, Lord. It's like, Mom, yeah, I'm Black. That's just how it is. No, you know what? You've been hanging around Black people.
You're so right,
hanging
though.
around Black people, and they got you thinking you Black. They twisted your mind. It's like, no, Mom, I'm Black. That's just how it is. What did I do? What did I do? I knew I shouldn't have let you watch Soul Train. Was it Soul Train? No, Mom, it wasn't Soul Train, Mom. It's just who I am. I was just born Black. Oh, you weren't born Black. I don't want to hear that. You weren't born Black. The Bible says Adam and Eve, not Adam and Mary J. Blige.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. You know, she is funny. That reminds me, I should probably check out more of her stuff. My homeboy became my boyfriend. Oh, interesting. Okay. We listened to a little bit of Paris Sachet the other night. She was pretty funny. LGBTQ group stands with Black Lives Matter. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that I know that's an issue. The real reason Black gay men date outside their race. Okay. Sorry, I wanted to, let's see. I have no idea what this is, but let's check it out. Let's have some fun.
Did you know your life insurance policy is a valuable asset you can sell?
My name is Chris. My name is Bobby. People think we gangsters, but we're lovers.
It's a lot of hate and it's a lot of judgment. Wow, this is crazy. Our kids have a gloomy future, a father's worst nightmare. Y'all had to get as a child. Before I was with Bobby, I was dating a trans woman.
That is sad, though. You know, people, a lot of times, like, I get accused of, people trying to discredit me. I've gotten accused of, by the mayor of molesting my students, which is horrible. But that's another one that people will just say, oh, well, you must have been raped as a child because you're gay. You know, it's really sad.
I broke up with him. 3 days later, they were in a relationship. I felt betrayed. I was just more like confused. Well, what does he have that I just don't have?
My name is Chris. Everybody calls me Chocolate.
And my name is Bobby. People think we gangsters, but we're lovers.
People just think that we're just too hood to be gay because of the way we dress. What does gay look like? Gay has all types of shades, colors, and positions. Right. People think gay is just
right. It doesn't have to be just one.
It's just such a misunderstanding. Right. We actually met at a club. As soon as I seen this man, it was just something in me. And I know a lot of people don't believe in love at first sight.
But it definitely was like love at first sight.
So my ex Cassie is coming over today to discuss how she feel about our relationship. I'm kind of nervous.
Oh, drama.
Anxious to hear what she has to say.
Hi, I am Cassie, trans woman.
So before I was with Bobby, I was dating a trans woman. That was a person I was with for almost 6 years.
We actually met when I was 19, he was 20. When I met Bobby, I kind of asked Chris who he was, and he kind of told me like, oh, this is my friend that we've been dating for this long, and he's never been to anything we've had. So I was intrigued, like, who's this boy? I broke up with him. 3 days later, they were in a relationship. I felt betrayed.
A lot of people felt like I was wrong for leaving her the way that I did. I wanted to be with a guy, even if I knew I was going to hurt somebody's feelings. When I first started dating Bobby, I knew how I went about it was wrong. The only reason I carried it like that is because, you know, we were young when we was together. I didn't know what I wanted. I didn't know if I wanted to be a man.
I felt like I probably didn't allow you to grow as a person because I'm the type of person that's always like, boom, 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 boom.
You did allow me to grow. You showed me everything in the world, all the love, all the caring, but it wasn't a guy.
What point of time when we were together did you feel like it was the end? So was it like a urge, or I know that this is not the type of person I want to be with?
It was an urge.
It me up a little bit because it just was like, am I going crazy? Like, am I bugging? And I'm going crazy. Even with my new relationship with Keith, I didn't trust him for the first 2 years. I was like, damn, like, if a person I've known for 10 years plus can do it to me, that anybody could do it to me. I wasn't jealous. I was just more like confused because I just felt like, well, does he have that I just don't have?
When we started exploring it and it started getting for a man, I didn't know how to handle it without going to another man.
I understand that. So Bobby, my only issue with you was I tried to get close to you mainly because of him. And then I felt like betrayed because I felt like him, like I could deal with him, but I don't know you. And then I try to get close to you. It's kind of different when somebody just comes out of nowhere.
I didn't even have no problem with you. Like, and it's like, okay, one point I really didn't like feel no way. Like, I don't really got no loyalty to her. So like, she's not like one of my sisters. Cause now you my girl. Like,
right,
like
yeah,
of course. Now I love it. Like I love our relationship.
Yeah, I love being around y'all. I didn't think we would make it this far. I felt like, you know, I'm with my soulmate. I feel like you guys
sweet.
are soulmates.
Okay, so they all get along. I like to do that.
I know that probably put you through a lot. It was my fault.
Yeah, and I forgive you.
You know,
oh,
so
that's sweet.
This is half of our closet right now.
We love to go out and like bar hop and like just enjoy music together. We love shopping,
fashion. That was like our main interest.
I would describe my personal style as like doing like street fashion. So I like taking things that's like off the runway.
I like to be loud and colorful.
A lot of statement pieces, conversation pieces, like things you can like walk in the party and people like, well, where you get that from? Or I've never seen that before.
Especially when we wear the red boots. And yes, for anybody that's wondering, yes, they are heavy. People look at me and like, oh, you're tall, you're 6'7", so I want you to dress like this. And I don't. I want to dress like how I want to dress. Me personally, I'm a jacket freak. I love jackets. I love anything.
Like fur, I love fur.
Bobby's been into these motorcycle
jackets. Yeah, I love a bomber jacket.
The yellow one, he loves that one.
Yeah, that's my favorite. Everybody be like copy and paste now. So when you have your personal style, you really can show your personality.
People don't really know us or try to get us. They just have a perception of what gay is.
They be thinking we DL or we met in jail.
And think, how many couples have you seen, like that in the South End, right? Like I remember even when I lived on the North Side, well, actually I was living in New England that year, but I remember reading articles about there were some muggings happening in Boys Town in Chicago on the North Side. And people in the community were upset, and they were having some community meetings about it. And some people actually said in the meetings, well, they were blaming, I think, mostly Black gays, maybe Black trans women. But several people actually said out loud, they just need to stay in their part of the city. And I think that just shows the problem, right? Of like, well, if we're all going to be so segregated, I mean, is that really going to fix things? And also, if you are Black and gay and living in like Englewood or South Chicago, like what? But where are you going to go to hang out? That's an establishment, a bar or otherwise, that's going to be gay friendly. So, and I'm not saying that, maybe some of the muggings, maybe the perpetrators were Black gay men. I don't know. It's not that it was all a racist dialogue, but I remember that just really showed the problems of segregation and economic inequality, and it's still something that we struggle with now in the South End, where again it's just like, oh well, why are you guys doing that? Where if you're gay, you already feel unwanted, but if you're Black and gay, it's typically much more difficult.
You left our girlfriends to go be with each other.
It's kind of weird because in a world 2025, it's still not accepted. Even like being Black, being gay and Black, it's like already a double stigma. They say we're abominations. They say if we was in Africa, they would us. They actually pray that Jesus comes back soon. I guess assuming that takes us away. It's a lot of hate and it's a lot of judgment. Wow, this is crazy. Our kids have a gloomy future. Imagine 20 years ago compared to 20 years now. I'm 35, so I can remember 20 years ago. People always been gay. A father's worst nightmare. My father loved me. Don't your father love me? You can call your father right now.
And he come right now.
Okay. Our expectation,
Wow.
This was in the same cell, guaranteed. But we ever locked up together? Never. Y'all had to get as a child. Nobody ever touched me. Broke brick brothers. Y'all brothers. Are we brothers?
Definitely brothers.
Where did that even come from? We doing it trying to be happy just like everybody else. But all they see is two masculine guys, gay. They never understood that it's different types of gay. It's hard to celebrate or love in such a tough city. You could get beat up for being gay and holding your boyfriend's hand. I refuse to live in fear, and I refuse to let him live in fear. So if we want to walk down the street and hold hands and walk our Dalmatians, so we're on our way to
Dalmatians,
bar and
you say?
grill. Have a couple of drinks.
Oh, they're so cute. Wait, I wonder if let me say, is that Chicago? I don't think that's a city, but okay. I don't think so, but they're so cute. Aw.
We like to be out. We don't have our relationship.
That's right.
We're gonna come out. We're gonna eat just like everybody else wants to eat, and we're gonna enjoy ourselves. And we're gonna be comfortable doing it.
Living here and just being gay and just hearing people just say like bad things. When you see other people doing it like just like online, it really doesn't matter. It's like water up a duck's bag. I love that he's confident. He can go into a room and just make it his. And that's what I love about him.
I love that whether right, wrong, or anything, that he's going to be him. Be him authentically. Anything anybody got to say, it's not going to bother him. He puts his mind to it. He's going to make it.
I think this relationship works because like we just vibe. It's natural.
Don't judge me if you don't know me. We're cool. We regular, just like any other couple. As long as we know our love is there, and as long as we respect each other and our communication is there, then that's all that really matters. You know, all the outside noise, all the looks, it doesn't matter.
Okay, that was good. That was good. I like. So yeah, that's one of my goals, is just to have, as a region, to have everybody, whether you're gay or you're straight, or especially if you're sort of like artsy or nerdy, or just anyone that's considered different, like an outsider. Like you shouldn't have to move to the city of Chicago to some artsy, probably fairly expensive neighborhood to be accepted. Like, that's crazy. We have plenty of people here that are able and capable of having cool places. That's why I was so honored to be able to cover Rabid Brewing, and why I really, really hope that Homewood residents, keep speaking up for that business. I don't know what's going to happen. I mean, I offered to help, but I was like, you guys have to speak up. Ultimately, I can assist, but it's your city. But how they were treated, that business, that was just horrible, because they were a business that, or they are a business that embraces the other in society. And isn't that what we want? That's what society needs, So, yeah, I wanted to see maybe if one of my neighbors wanted to come on. Let me see. Let me see. I'll put on a little. Let's find some gay humor for today. I'll put that on while I reach out to him and see if he wants to comment. We'll say gay humor. And Mateo, oh my goodness, Mateo is so funny. Larry Dean on gay body language. Oh, Matt Matthews, yeah, he is too funny too. Oh, I don't know who this person is. Let's see. Sam J. All righty, so that is our comedy that we will close out the night with. I did reach out to a few Harvey peeps, but yeah, it sounds like people are doing their own thing tonight. So anyway, I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and thanks for joining us. Thank you, Crook, for modding as always, and don't forget. Well, I'll try to do at least one show a day, at least one update on Harvey stuff, etc. And don't forget the party on Saturday, 3 to 5, RSVP. Whether you want to come in person for the Pride get together or you want to celebrate online. All right. And I will see you guys soon, unless anybody has anything to add or any questions. All right. Oh, hey, Wendy. Hey. How was your day? Sorry, I didn't know you were here, Wendy. Oh, thanks. Were you watching the whole time? Did you enjoy? Good. Good. I'm glad to hear your day was good. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Well, you have a wonderful evening, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Oh, I'm sorry, Wendy. No, I'm sorry. I'm not cutting you off. What did you say? I liked the last video. Oh, okay. Yeah, that comedian Sam. Yeah, I had never heard her before, but she was pretty funny, I thought too. Yeah. You like the lesbian drama? I need more lesbian friends, you know? I don't have enough lesbian friends. Someone teach me more about lesbians. All right, now good night for real. Bonne nuit, as we say in French. Au revoir. Hubert is lying over there in the corner. He's comfy. He's out.